Alright guys, today we got some story time, and today's going to be a very different day compared to my normal training day, and that is for a few reasons, and it is because of a very dramatic last couple of days, in particular yesterday, that I've had. So today's goal is going to be, well, I can't really tell you the goal without telling you the story first. And what I want to talk about today is how, challenges in this sport, and I guess you could apply this to life as well, not that I know much about that, but one thing I've come to realize in my career through all the ups and the downs, I guess mostly the downs, is how I think that you're so much more defined by the challenges that you face rather than your victories, which maybe on paper that doesn't make sense. I think like when you the easiest way to recognize someone's athletic achievements is a gold medal or a time, but the reality, and what I'm talking about, is actually who you are as an athlete and a person. That's what I really mean by define yourself. And one thing that's common among every single athlete out there is that you're gonna face challenges at some time, and it's gonna suck sometimes. It's gonna be really hard sometimes. And what's gonna show how good you really are is how you are able to navigate, work through, and grow from those challenges. And I know probably a lot of you guys are thinking about someone who's like on your team, or like everyone on our team would say this is Yared, but this is not true. Yared does not have it easier than anyone else necessarily. But you'd be looking at someone on your team who's like, oh, well, they just like turn up to training and then they're the best and they don't do anything. And yeah, it definitely seems like that sometimes. But no, everyone has challenges in different forms, and your ability to overcome these challenges is what is going to define you the most as an athlete, and even more so as a person, which is why, I mean, at the end of the day, why do we do sport? I didn't think this was going to get so deep, but is that not the most important, or one of the most important things, and the biggest benefits about doing sport is to learn these life skills? And you do it in sport where, let's be real, nothing really matters, so that maybe when you have real problems in life, you're more equipped to take on these challenges. But enough preamble. So it's kind of funny because it's like, it's not a curse, but I posted just a couple days ago training video on Sunday. We're at the track banging out the 1 mile reps and some 200s, and then I drove up the mountain, went for the double up in Vale, and then the next day I had a planned rest day, so I went for a walk in the morning. This is in Glenwood Springs on our little retreat, little vacation, just getting out of town for a few days since we were here through Christmas. And the morning was great. I went for my walk, Cinta went for her run. We went to the hot springs for a little bit, an hour, and then we came back and had lunch. And when I went to stand up, my back just suddenly, like, it hurt so bad. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And I didn't think too much of it at the time. I was kind of joking about, Cinta I think was like a little bit concerned because she could tell that I was in pain and I was struggling to move. But I often think, like, if things just like pop up out of nowhere like that, most of the time they also go away kind of out of, like that as well, like oftentimes, not always for sure. So I was not taking it seriously at all, and at first it wasn't too bad, but as the afternoon and evening went on, it did progressively get worse to the point where I couldn't like walk without help. I was like hobbling on Cinta, and by the time we were going back to our hotel in the evening, I was like, shit, this doesn't feel good. I was optimistic about it, and I kind of thought that it would go away. Like in the morning I'd feel better. I still thought I was going to go for my 20-mile long run the next day, but like I did start joking with Cinta, like, wow, what if this is actually like something serious? And I was a bit concerned, and I got really concerned when before bed I started trying to do some exercises for it, and lying down was super painful. Like when I would lie down, moving side to side and trying to get up was like almost impossible. And I was like, okay, shit, I'm pretty debilitated here. This is not good. This is not good at all. Let's go to sleep, or try go to sleep. I looked up like best sleeping positions, but it's still so painful, and I woke up in the middle of the night and I was up for quite a lot of it, just like because of the pain. Oops, I almost dropped you guys. So not good. And the morning I woke up and the pain was similar, so I was like, okay, this means it's serious. This is serious. And like, you know how the mind works, like I was up for many hours during the night, and so I'm already like thinking through my head like, oh no, this could be something really bad. And I wake up, and I would say at this point, like I've texted like my parents and stuff who are very knowledgeable. I'm like, all right, 50 to 60% chance this is a sacrum stress fracture, which is a really bad injury. But, and I've never had anything like that, so I don't know exactly how that would feel. But I could, like, based on the positioning, like it was my lower back, like down at the bottom of my spine, in the sacrum area. And it was really painful. And I had seen Ollie have a sacrum stress fracture about a year ago, and he went from like running to like being fully debilitated just like that. But I had some hope that it wasn't, even though like these injuries are so weird, they happen in every different form. But because it had happened when I was just sitting down, like it didn't happen like right after a run, I thought that was a decent sign, even though it's weird. And then also the thing with sacrum stress fractures is that they're normally linked to some form of, you know, energy imbalance, like you're not getting in enough fuel, and like those types of things. That's when those types of injuries are most common. And I was confident that I had really been on top of those things in the last few months. So like I knew I was training really hard, so like yeah, you can get injured, you're right on that line, but I knew I'd been getting in so much good food, and also I just got a blood test like a week ago and everything looked great. So I think like oftentimes you would see something in those numbers to indicate that, okay, yeah, you could have had this major injury. But with all that said, there's always like, these injuries happen, and sometimes they're real freak occurrences, and so I wasn't sure. So in the morning, he's like, so we're up in Glenwood Springs on our vacation. It's like, shit, Cinta, I think we might have to go back to Boulder today and take care of this. And so I text Dathan, I text a couple of other people who are on kind of like that medical team, which is a big and growing team. We're very like so well supported in that way, and this story right here shows you how lucky I am and we are to be part of this team with the resources we have. So I text Dathan. He tells me a couple of people to text to try to see them that day, and this is the 31st. This is New Year's Eve, so it's like, yeah, I don't expect people to be necessarily working, but I texted chiropractor Kyle. I'm texting Jason. I'd already texted Jason, who does our strength and is a chiropractor, the night before about it, and he'd given me some exercises to try. And then also, Dathan had contacted our sports doctor, Dr. Caballas, and our physio, Kurt. So everyone was then aware of the situation, and Dr. Caballas or Kurt were able to put in like an urgent MRI appointment for me straight. Because I wanted to get an MRI, because with pain in this area, it's like you don't want to mess around with it. So I wanted to get an MRI really badly. And so luckily, like I was so lucky. This is like 8:30, 9 a.m. I'm up in the mountains. And last day of the year, so everyone's getting MRIs on their insurance, taking advantage of that. So there's like nothing available close to me. But luckily, where I was driving, in a suburb of Denver, there was one appointment at like 12:30, 12:40 that day. And it was gonna take me about exactly 3 hours to drive there. So I'm like, all right, we can do this. Like this is gonna be the only available appointment. I need an MRI. Like I've had too many injuries that I've hoped for the best and then they linger. And that uncertainty is absolutely like what kills you the most. Or for me at least, like that uncertainty is the worst thing. And so especially something in this area where it could be really serious, I'm like, let's take care of that. So I was able to schedule to have an MRI and then go see Kyle, who also lived in that same suburb, chiropractor, to get him to look at my body. And then also Koki, who is a new medical person that just started working with that team. I was going to see him later in the day in Boulder. So I couldn't have really asked for anything more. This is New Year's Eve, like last minute, bing, bing, bang. And so I go get my MRI, And we drive down, it sucks. Like we were meant to spend New Year's Eve up in like this beautiful place. Like it ruined everything. But I needed to get this taken care of. And luckily Cinta was very supportive of me with all this stuff. I mean, this was my Christmas present for her, was to go up there, and then it's like, oh, we're gonna leave early and drive down the mountain. Like, it just sucked. But I gotta do what you gotta do. And get the MRI, go see Kyle. He's like doing all the tests and stuff in my body. And he's like, I mean, after seeing him, I will say instantly, because I was really like in pain, just doing all normal things like sitting, everything, like really painful. Seeing him like instantly relieved a lot of the pain with like some of the work they did on my body, and he just loosened up so much stuff, like in my legs, like that really needed it all around my lower back. And he said, yeah, he thought most likely it was something with my SI joint. But he said before I left, he's like, but this could be a stress reaction in your sacrum. Like, that's the area that we're dealing with here, and you just never know. Like, it happens, and it can be freak occurrences. You never know. So I was like half like, all right, I feel good about this. But then I was half, probably more than half, like, okay, this might be a sacrum stress fracture, and I need to be like mentally prepared for that possibility. So then we get back home. I instantly go and see Koki in our gym, and he's been messaging with Jason, and so he has some things that he wants to work on with me, do some needles in some certain places all around the area, because Jason the whole time had thought that it was most likely irritation and a disc in my back. And right as I'm sitting down to see Koki, he's asking me like, so like when are we going to get these MRI results? Like, you know, like I would love to have that information, obviously, before he treats me. It's going to make a big difference. I mean, you're still going to do similar things, but it's like, you want to know. And just I'm about to like lie down on the table and put my phone away, I get a text from the doctor saying no stress fracture. Sends me a picture of the image, circled the lowest disc. What is it, L5S1? He's like, it's a disc bulge, something irritated, something there. That's what you're feeling. So I was like, oh, big sigh of relief. Like, well, pretty much pretty close to a best case scenario when you're talking about dealing with like this level of pain in that part of your body. So I was very happy about that, but at the same time I was like, what the hell does that mean exactly? And it was funny, like I told my parent, like I sent obviously that information to everyone, and I called the doctor. They're like, yeah, like these disc bulges, they happen to like everyone, like it's very, very common. They said if you MRI like the whole team, like there's a good chance that like half the team will have something. Like it's just normal at this age to get that in your body. But mine was symptomatic because of the training that I had done in the last few days. So it was an issue. And so essentially like there's irritation there, and that's what we have to address. So the course of action, there was like two options that the doctor provided. He said like you can just like do treatment, take Advil or like anything like that, ibuprofen, and hope it settles down. Or you can kind of do all that treatment stuff, but also take prednisone, I think it's called, for 5 days, which I had heard of before, and I didn't really know much about it though, but he sent me all the information on it, and it seems like it's just like a more powerful, I think it's really commonly prescribed for this type of back pain, and it's a more powerful anti-inflammatory. And so we decided to do that because we were like, all right, I got this big half marathon in a few weeks. Let's just try to take this for 5 days and get rid of it. I really don't like taking anything. Like I'm not even good at taking ibuprofen normally, but like with the level of pain that I was dealing with, speaking to people that are like, yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer, like you should take this. So I went to the store, got some prednisone, started taking it last night. Still in a lot of pain today, but way more functional. So, and everything is just like such a sigh of relief, because I really didn't want to have a sacrum stress fracture. But The point of this story was more just to share that every single person is dealing with challenges and ups and downs. You know, you're going to romanticize just going out and training and banging out big sessions, and then that translates to, all right, now I go race well. But it's never that simple for anyone. It's never that simple at all. And I'm sharing this story with you on like day one, so I don't know how this is going to go. I really don't. I'm hoping for the best, obviously, and I'm confident. I'm so happy with the way that we did handle this, and that I was able to get the information so quickly. Like, I'm just so thankful for all that, because yeah, I really believe that does make a huge difference. But yeah, with that said, it's not like we know exactly how it's going to go. My back is still really sore today, and we have to let it settle down. Everything that they're saying to me, speaking to Dathan. I was speaking to Dathan through it all as well. He was coming back from Hawaii yesterday, so he was a little bit busy, but he was helping me along the whole way. They say that with lower back stuff, which I'm sure you guys, maybe some of you guys would know much more about this than I do, that it can be very, very painful, but it can also go away really quickly. So I'm hoping for that. And yeah, I'm relieved. I don't feel like I'm fully out of the file, but I think we're doing everything we can to take on this challenge, and I'm very happy about that. And yeah, as I said before, the uncertainty is what kills me. So just like having something diagnosed and having a plan, even though it's still not an ideal situation, it makes me feel confident. It makes me feel really good. So I think that's like one of the most important things you can do in these circumstances. And so right now I'm heading into the rec center to do some aqua jogging, because I'll try to get a little bit in. Like, if it hurts, I'm not going to do anything, but I'll try to get some fitness, some cross training in today, because I've now taken 2 days off, which is fine. Like, that's not an issue at all. And I believe that the water should be like really good for my body as well. Some decompression. So I'll do that this morning. I'm doing rehab drills throughout the day, 3 times probably, and maybe I'll cross train again later or just go for a walk. Jason said that hydrating a lot and walking a lot, trying to keep walking. The doctors, they all said, like, don't just like sit down. Like, it's like the worst thing you can do. That'll just make it worse. So I'm trying to keep active today as much as I can within the parameters of the pain. So yeah, these videos, I want them to kind of be like my training diary, because this year I've been too lazy to write physically in a training diary, which I've done pretty well in the past, and I did well last year. So I do want to document all the moments, the ups and the downs, and share them as well as I can. So this is just another chapter. Obviously in my head I was like, all right, 3 weeks into the half marathon, everything's going to be sunshine and roses, and it's going to be awesome. But this is the reality. The biggest workout of the build was meant to be tomorrow for me. So it seems like I'm not going to be doing that one, which I'm actually okay with, because for me, sometimes I feel like those big workouts are the ones that can get you. And especially I've had such good training in like up to this point. So maybe a few days off is exactly what I need right now. But enough talk. I'm going to go in, hopefully get 60 minutes of aqua jogging in, maybe do some sauna and stuff. But yeah, I'll check in with you guys a bit later, let you know how everything's going. But yeah, this sport is all about, and life, any sport, anything you care about, is all about facing challenges and trying to overcome and grow from them, I guess. And this is just a nice little example of that. So I'll see you guys soon. So please excuse me while I do my weird lumbar spine exercises. Oh, I guess you can't really see my body, but they're a little bit odd. But today ended up being an interesting day. It was very different to how I thought it was going to go when I spoke to you guys this morning. First up of the day, because it was January 1st today, or it is January 1st today, the rec center was free. So already I felt that God was on my side today. And so I ended up going to the rec center, getting my work in this morning. which was just 60 minutes aqua jogging, and it was actually pretty amazing. The just the act of aqua jogging was really, really good for helping my body. It really helped a lot. So that was pretty awesome. Like I got out, I felt great. However, my day became very rushed because I did that, and then I texted Jason about how good it felt after doing that, and he was like, "Oh well, it'd be great if you could do that again later today as well." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I can do that." And then on the way out, I asked them when they were closing, and they were closing at 3:30. The pool was closing at 3:30, and I had only gotten there at 10:30, between 10:30 and 11 for my morning aqua jog. So there really wasn't much time. So I came home. I had some lunch. Hung out with Cinta, watched 20 minutes of a TV show, The Expanse, if anyone was wondering. Good sci-fi show. And then off we were back to the pool for another 1 hour of aqua jogging. Just a short break in between. All the people loved it at the front desk when I walked in, and they remembered me from just a couple of hours ago. But yeah, it was good. And then after that, I was able to go back to the gym to get some treatment, some needles in my back and some soft tissue work from Koki, which was amazing. And also do a few more rehab exercises in the gym. And so overall today was great. Like just really good progress. Also maybe the medicine, the drugs I'm on, probably starting to kick in, help a bit as well, which is what they're supposed to do. But yeah, good forward progress. It's still, honestly, it's still like pretty painful, I would say, when I do a lot of things and I'll get like these spasms, but it's a lot better than what it was. So that's all you can really ask for. And yeah, compared to 2 days ago, it's a world of difference. So I'm very happy about that. And yeah, as I said earlier today, it's annoying. Like, I don't know, I have a weird perspective on it because I think if you told me that I had to take 5 days off right now or whatever I'm going to have to take off, it would have been pretty devastating at this point in the build, missing some key workouts and just some time this close to the race. But the fact that I spent like a day thinking that, oh, this could be a broken sacrum, really did a good job at, putting it in perspective. So yeah, with that said, I'm very thankful to be where I'm at and have this progress and have a plan and be moving forwards through it and feel like I'm actually like getting closer to something. So yeah, that's it for today. Tomorrow will be very similar as I come back, and then hopefully I can start slowly getting back into running after that. But if things keep progressing as they have so far, I think it should be pretty good. So we'll see. Who knows? Maybe these few days off are just exactly what I needed at this point. You never know with life and with running. You can't predict anything, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, a good day. Some good progress made, challenges faced. Feel like I got better. Spirits are high. So what more can I ask for? But yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys all again next time. Have a good night. I hope you guys are all crushing whatever challenges life is putting in front of you today. Yeah. See ya.